Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September the 25th, 2024. We're going to be talking about NXT because this is the last NXT that will be on the USA Network. They had a video package of all the NXTs that was on the USA Network. They showed Black and Gold NXT, NXT 2.0, the ones that we have now. Ladies and gentlemen, they showed a lot of AEW guys. They showed Adam Cole. They showed the Undisputed Era. They showed Keith Lee. Well, they had to show them because that was part of the memories of NXT. So I don't think AEW could really be mad about it. Because it's part of their memories and that's what they got. That's what they remember. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we found out that Hikuleo is not going to be part of the Bloodline War rivalry. Because it was rumored. I think it's still rumored. I don't know. People are saying that Hikuleo will be on NXT. They just put Hikuleo on the NXT roster list. So that's what's going to happen there, that he's joined the NXT. I think it makes sense for Hikuleo, because we don't know Hikuleo that much, right? I don't know him that much. I see him a couple of times in Impact Wrestling. I didn't see him in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Mostly what NXT is all about is make a name for yourself, to get to the big stage. Make a name for yourself. I understand that there's some people that didn't go to NXT and didn't make the name for themselves, but they already did that in different wrestling companies. Like AJ Styles, the guy was one of the top free agents. He made a name in New Japan Pro Wrestling, in TNA, in Ring of Honor. This guy done everything. That's why he had to go to NXT and make a name for himself. It's the smaller indie wrestlers that did not really get to be in part of the big shows. People are going to say, how about Jacob Fatu? Jacob Fatu, ever since he signed to WWE, everybody knows about Jacob Fatu. Everybody been talking about Jacob Fatu. And Tangaloa, he been in WWE before, so why would they not put him in WWE again? In the main roster. And ladies and gentlemen, Tamatoga, everybody talks about the Gorillas of Destiny. Everybody talks about that tag team from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Not a lot of people talk about Hikuleo. So I'm okay with this, that if it's true that Hikuleo is coming to NXT to make a name for himself, I'll be okay with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of press conference happening because next week, it's the big day. October 1st, in Chicago, on the CW Network. I need to find that channel now. On the CW Network, we got a couple of matches happening. We found out who's the Miz TV's guest stars will be. Tony D'Angelo and Oba Femi. Because next week, 2 weeks from now in St. Louis, we got a North American Championship match. Oba Femi versus Tony D'Angelo. So we had a whole bunch of press conferences with the champions and all the people that's going to be wrestling on those 2 weeks. Except for Wesley and Zachary Wentz. But ladies and gentlemen, we're supposed to have a sit down while those two are in separate rooms because they can't handle each other. But after commercial, Big Joseph showed us the footage that they were about to do this, but they started before the camera started. And they start swearing at each other with F-bombs, with a whole bunch of swear words. And of course, Wesley has to make it more personal and bring up Zachary Wentz's fiance. And then Zachary Wentz got off his mic. It's like the same thing that we saw between Riddle and Seth Rollins back in the day. Remember when he started saying the F word? They started making things personal. That's what it felt like. And then Zachary went and took his thing off, and then they start fighting in the backstage. And the security guards stopped it. What's going to happen in this? What's going to happen in this street fight between those two guys? What else segment we had? We had the Women's Championship press conference. That was at the end. What else what else segment we had? I thought we had 2 segments. I thought we had 2 segments. I don't remember the last one. I know the women's one because there was a big cliffhanger at the end. But I don't remember the other one. I have no idea. Oh yeah, the Grayson Waller effect. Ladies and gentlemen, A-Town Down Under will get a shot at the tag team titles in St. Louis against Axiom and Nathan Fraser, and we want to find out which team is going to break up here. Because remember, the last couple weeks, Axiom and Nathan Fraser look like they're going to break up because they're not really on the same page. Somebody's doing WWE Speed. They're being late to try to talk strategy. Even on SmackDown, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, everybody's questioning them, questioning their tag team because Austin Theory is the sidekick of Grayson Waller. So they bicker at each other back and forth, who's going to win this match. But at the end, Axiom and Nathan Fraser, Nathan Fraser asked the question, why is it called the Grayson Waller effect? Shouldn't it be called Grayson Waller and Austin Theory's effect? And Grayson tried to get himself out of that conversation, and Austin Theory kind of agreed because his name is not on the Titantron or the TV, and his picture is not on the poster. It's Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller said the Grayson Waller effect always been there before we were a team, and he tried to make a whole bunch of excuses, and then Grayson Waller punches, I think, Nathan Fraser, and then a brawl between A-Town Down Under, Axiom, and Nathan Fraser. And they hold up their titles. Well, they hold up Axiom and Nathan Fraser's tag team titles. I hope they don't lose those tag team titles. Especially from Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I want to see those guys break up. Ladies and gentlemen, first match of the evening, we got Kalani Jordan defending her North American Women's Championship. I don't know why I messed that up when I have it written down here. For the NXT Women's North American title, it was a pretty decent match. Kalani Jordan versus Ren Sinclair. Pretty decent. The winner of that match was Kalani Jordan. She gets the win. She retains her title. She's not defending the title in Chicago or at St. Louis because she already defended her title. But she got the win. Good job for her. And then we got Hank and Tank versus the OC. The Hank and Tank is getting tired of the OC. They cost them their tag team title shot in that triple threat tag team match 3 weeks ago. So they had a match with the OC. It was a pretty decent tag team match. I enjoyed it. But the winner of that match was Hank and Tank. Wow, they actually got the win against the OC. The OC changed their ring gear. They're wearing shorts now. I'd rather not do that because if it's really hot out and you're wearing shorts, I don't know how some of these guys are wearing pants during wrestling in the summer. It's brutal. I don't know how people do it, man. How you do that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. WWE is doing the same thing what AEW does, talking about people's fathers like Christian Cage, but it didn't make it more disrespectful. But Lexus King brought up Oro Mensa's father again. He brought up his own father and all that stuff, and he says he's not going to cheat his way to win this match. He wants to see who's the best man. And he wants to shake Oro Mensa's hand, and he did. Oro Mensa shake his hand. It was a pretty decent match between these guys. But the winner of that match was Oro Mensa after he's put his feet on the ropes. Oro Mensa cheated, and Lexus King, he was about to cheat, but he stopped the pin. He says he's not winning like that, but Oro Mensa did win like that. And then we got Rich Holland versus Riley Osborne. Rich Holland wants to get rid of Chase U. He got rid of two of them, Duke Hudson and Andre Chase. Can he do it to Riley Osborne? Riley Osborne tried everything he could to keep Rich Holland down, but the winner of that match was Rich Holland. Rich Holland wasn't done there. He wants to attack Riley Osborne more after the match. They broke the barricade with the body of Rich Holland. Remember, Rich Holland uses everybody else's body and breaks the barricade, but this time Riley Osborne did it to Rich Holland. Rich Holland was about to whack Riley Osborne with the barricade. He got super kicked, and they just brawled. And no, Rich Holland did not get rid of Riley Osborne this time. Chase Hughes is still standing tall with two people, Thea Hale and Riley Osborne still. Well, we got Wendy Cho and Rosemary versus Brindley Reese and Carmen. But Carmen sounds like she's jealous. Because when Reese and Carmen was doing their warm-up to do this tag team match, she was asking who was that girl in the front row that Adonis gave that rose to last week. She looks like she's not focused. Even Reese had to tell Carmen, can we focus on our warm-up? Ladies and gentlemen, during the match between Wendy Cho and Rosemary versus Reese and Carmen, there is Adonis again, and he's looking at the audience, giving people, trying to give a girl a rose, and then Carmen sees it, and she asks, why are you giving her a rose? I think she's getting jealous, and Reese was about to tag, but she couldn't because Carmen wasn't focused. The winner of that match was Rosemary and Wendy Cho. That's one night. Now they have to worry about TNA now, because who will be teaming up with Jordan Grace? It will be from NXT. I don't think it's going to be somebody new. I think it's somebody good. I was thinking like Cora Jade or Julia. They had a face to face when Jordan Grace had her championship match at NXT. She had a face to face with Julia, but will she team up with Jordan Grace? I don't think that's Ariana Grace's best friend yet. I don't think they ever met each other. I think Ariana Grace is injured. That's why she hasn't wrestled lately. And she's on TNA right now, so she's not really talking to Julia these past couple weeks. Well, next week, Fatal Influence. Well, two members of them, JC Jane, Jasmine Nix, and JC Jane, will be facing Jada Parker and Lola Vice in a tag team match. Parker and Vice is not happy about it. Ava says, I don't care. The match is happening. So that's happening there. Both Ethan Page and Trick Williams talk to CM Punk. No funny business, no BS. But CM Punk says, yes, there's no BS. I'm going to make sure there's no cheating. No BS. He's going to make sure Trick Williams doesn't cheat. He knows that Trick will not cheat. But he's going to make sure that Ethan Page doesn't cheat. Because you saw what he did to Joe Hendry. He kicked him in the low blow. Isn't that the same thing what Josh Alexander did to him? He got low blow twice. But we don't know. Maybe Josh Alexander could help Mr. Ethan Page. Anything could happen in this match. I have no idea what's going to happen between Ethan Page and Trick Williams with CM Punk as referee. Anything could happen. This is before CM Punk's Hell in a Cell match. This is before Bad Blood. This is October 1st. So, yeah, next Saturday. When is Bad Blood? Next Saturday. October 2nd? Yeah, I think it's October 2nd. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. So today is October. I don't know what the heck that is. October, the beginning of October. Saturday, the 5th. So Bad Blood will be on the 5th. So that's going to be interesting. Well, our main event will be A-Town Down Under versus Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander. Which one of these guys is going to lose and lose momentum before their match? Their big matches, because A-Town Down Under will have a shot at the tag titles, and Javon Evans will be facing Randy Orton. So I thought it was a pretty decent tag team match. A-Town Down Under versus Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander. Oh my god, they're losing breath over there. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was A-Town Down Under because of the help of the tag team champions, Nathan Frazer and Axiom. I guess Nathan Frazer is upset because he got sucker punched when they did the Grayson Waller effect. So they're trying, Nathan Frazer trying to get A-Town Down Under, but Axiom is trying to calm him down and stop him. And then when Javon Evans was about to jump off the turnbuckle, Nathan Frazer jumped up on the apron, wiggling the ropes and knocked Javon Evans down. Axiom tried to get him off the apron, and A-Town Down Under wins the match. And then we saw Axiom and Nathan Frazer yelling at each other, arguing which team is going to break up, or are they both finally trying to get on the same page? Something happening. Well, I can't tell you guys a lot about the Women's Championship conference because it was all questions. They asked questions. Reporters asked questions to Julia. Funaki was there to translate what Julia says. Roxanne answered the questions. It wasn't a lot of questions, but at the end, Stephanie Vaquer came out. Well, she didn't come out. She was on satellites, and she told whoever wins this championship match, what are you going to do when I am here waiting for you? I know that's not what she said, but I totally forgot what she said. But I guess she wants winner of the women's championship match. The women's division is getting crazier. So 2 of them already made their debut. We already know Stephanie Vaquer was already in WWE because she made her debuts in the live event in her hometown. And now we know Julia is finally debuted. Now we're waiting for this girl named Delta. Never heard of her, but we heard that she's in NXT. I look on Wikipedia. Her name is on NXT. So we're waiting for her to make her debut. We're waiting for 2 more people to debut, and that's Delta and Hikuleo. I think Hikuleo will have a different name. Lama Tonga? Something like that? I don't know what the name is. I know it with Tonga in it. But that's going to be interesting. And ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like the Viking Raiders, the Ring of Fire thing that happened on Raw, and the PRF, that is not Penta and Rey Fenix. That's supposed to be the Viking Raiders. Might be making a return as the War Raiders. Because it's another language and it means war. So they might be back to their old tag team name that they had in NXT. War Raiders and not Viking Raiders. And I guess they're done being injured. Eric was gone for a year. And I don't know, Valhalla is going to be in this faction because she's a Viking. But I don't know what's going to happen with her. Because she's having a baby. I don't know if she had it yet. but we know that's happening. We people are saying that they saw a Lily doll, like in one of the backstage segments on Raw. They saw a Lily doll. I think it was with Liv Morgan and Dominic talking to Adam Pearce about the shark cage, and they saw a Lily doll. I don't know if that means anything, or they just leave it around, because some people just leave things around. They leave water bottles around. It doesn't mean anything, so I have no idea. But I do really want to see Pentagon and Ray Phoenix. And we might see Morty City Machine Guns make their debut in NXT very soon in Chicago or in St. Louis. I forgot they're not from Chicago or St. Louis. They're from Detroit, I think. Michigan? I think so. But they're not going to be in their hometown. It'd be cool to see them make their debuts in one of the top, the first and second episode of NXT. It'll be cool to see. But we don't know what's going to happen. We know the matches. We just don't know if there's going to be any more surprises. Stephanie McCurr. That was a surprise, her showing up at all on NXT. We already know she signed with NXT. We know she's coming to NXT. But we thought she will not show up for another couple weeks or something. Until the next PLE or something. After Julia gets her title shot. So we will find out what happens on there. This is the last time we have three wrestling shows. 3 WWE shows. On one channel. Because now NXT is going to CW. We got 2 WWE shows until the end of December, and Raw will be going to Netflix in January, and they will go on 2 hours. Somewhere, I think it's October 7 or the 6th, something like that. Raw will go to 2 hours, and we heard that in 2025, SmackDown will be a 3-hour show, and then Raw will go back to 3 hours when they're on Netflix. Why there's so much things that be so confusing? Why had to change the timetable, to the times? Oh my, and now you're going to put SmackDown 3 hours? Are you going to change NXT to 3 hours? I don't think I want NXT to be 3 hours. I think NXT is doing great right now. They're like an independent wrestling. WWE's independent wrestling, like the olden days. I wonder, because SmackDown changed their logo and changed some things when they went to USA Network. Is NXT going to change their logo and some things when they go to the CW Network? I wonder if that's going to be a thing. Because there's no more Performance Center. I don't know. I know they're going to Chicago and St. Louis. Is there going to be other different countries, different cities after that? I have no idea. Because with Raw and SmackDown, they tell us multiple cities that they're going to be in the next couple of months. I think this is like the first time for NXT that they're going to go to different cities, so they're not going to tell us every single week's cities. I hope they don't come back to the Performance Center. No more of that. You're in the new era. You don't need to go back to Performance Center. Just don't do that. Please, don't do that. And will they have pyro now? Because remember, they couldn't have pyro when they were in that winter something Florida thing, that arena back in the day when they did the black and gold, not back and gold, black and gold NXT. They can't do pyro because it was a small little place. It's a fire hazard. Just like in the Performance Center, they can't do that because in their space, it's a small little space, so they can't do it because it's a fire hazard. Now they're going to be in the big cities, arenas. Will they have pyro this time? I don't think there's a lot of wrestlers that need pyro, but will they have pyro? Like the OC, they have pyro, but they can't use that in NXT right now because they're in Performance Center. They don't want to blow up their own Performance Center. Okay, guys, that's why they can't do pyro. They do smoke, but they don't do pyro. So it's weird when somebody like Cody Rhodes, everybody wants to hear his pyro, but he can't hear his pyro when it comes to NXT, just like the OC. So we will find out next week will they have pyro. Let's see how they're gonna make this hype. How they're gonna hype it up. Cause I'm excited because we got big championship matches. We got a street fight. We could have debuts. Anything could happen, guys. They don't have to tell us about the debuts because it's supposed to be a surprise. Right? It's supposed to be a surprise. Why would you ruin the surprise? They don't need no video packages. I'm surprised that they had a video package of the returning of Viking Raiders when they already worked for WWE. It makes more sense if Penta and Phoenix get a video package because they're making their debuts. But some people, I guess, sometimes they do video packages for returns as well. But it's kind of weird because they're already on Raw. Well, technically, Ivar is only on Raw. But we all know Eric will be on Raw too. And at least they get more tag teams on Raw. Because, did they break up a tag team at all yet? I don't think they did. But they might break up The Miz and R-Truth sometime. Because Miz doesn't know what to do. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys tomorrow for AEW results. We will find out what happens there. We got Grand Slam. Will there be any debuts? Bobby Lashley, MVP. Shane McMahon? Anything? We will find out. But that's all me today. Tell us out. See you guys tomorrow. Bye!